Hello everyone and welcome to Blue Tengu's live game development show. We've got 123 gas in the room. Hello. Just a warning in advance, my voice might sound a little funny. I don't have a cold or anything, but just 2 weeks of having like very little sleep because of classes and stuff has taken its toll on my body basically. Probably have like some allergy to something that's going on, and that combined with lack of sleep is just kind of ruining my voice, but we'll see how far it goes. Last week, what we did was we made the opening interactive and added some tutorial stuff to it. This is actually thanks to 123 Gas, who had the idea of making you start on the ground and go into the air to make the tutorial flow a little more natural. It worked out just fine. So, in terms of overtime, pretty much nothing, because I did have just solid classes, homework, everything else, but I did get one thing done. Episode 43, overtime. At least kind of done. May still want to make changes in the future, but I can move it out of the task list for now. Let's see. Bump it over to here. The one thing I did get done is opening room. Closing stage, opening stage, redo the tiles. Yeah, I did get that done at least. That's something, I suppose. That did take about an hour. The estimate was pretty good on that one. Okay. This week, we do already have a few Twitch commands inside of the game, but want to add a few more, because the Twitch commands that are in the game right now wouldn't be enough to really make it much of a Twitch interactive game. So what I do want to do is add Artifact Hunter, basically something where if your viewers type in a Twitch command for a limited amount of time, you can kind of be guided to artifacts rather than having to just completely wander. Basically, kind of what we have going for the debugging stuff, but opening it up to the players. Reset world. This is an old one. This is an old one. I'm not sure how useful this is now. Basically, the original intent behind this was because the world's randomly generated. If one of your viewers really wanted to screw with you, they could put this Twitch command in and just reset the world on you so you don't remember where anything is. But it could have advantages too, because relics and all that stuff would reappear as well. Oh, we'll move this to the bottom. Limit player power up. I don't think I meant limit. I think I meant limited.
Panda-bits.
And Panda-bits came by. See, that's the kind of voice I should have had registered for you, Gas, but it's not working. Let me just make sure that this stuff still works.
Panda-bits.
Yeah, okay, Blue Tengu bot's just being stubborn then. But good morning, Panda-bits. Today we're going to add some Twitch commands, as I was just saying. So the artifact hunter and limited player power up for reset world. I'll have to think about that one. Also, if you out there, 123 Gas and Panda-bits, if you have any ideas for Twitch commands, feel free to throw them out. Maybe we can implement them. Was that loud? Yeah, it's probably pretty loud. Maybe the balance is off. I can tune the volume down on Blue Tengu bot, I guess. Let's see if it's in here. Let's tune it down. 25. Just so it doesn't blow out your speakers. So drop the volume by half. That should help a little bit. Okay, Twitch commands. So, do have GameMaker already fired up. So let's look around in here. Should all be in network. Let's see, Twitch bot commands. Oddly enough, not this one. Process message, process present. These are the two ones that control those commands. Yes, okay. It's been a while since looking in here. I think that'll be the case this time. Yes! There we go. Half an hour later, things are working. More than half an hour. 45 minutes later, things are working. Okay. So now the command should work. So the present was actually gifted to the player. It's just the new feature. So now we're actually debugging the new stuff. PS present artifact. Got the artifact. That's interesting though. The line disappears. The line itself disappears. Interesting. Could just be the case that I don't actually have an artifact close to me. That's the only problem. Okay, I just happen to be in a spot without an artifact nearby. But right now I've got Artifact Hunter on, which means this purple line is pointing out the closest artifact. One thing I'm noticing is because it's not a debug feature, it's actual. We're changing it to an actual game feature. What I should do is save the artifact that it's pointing to at the time the line is created, so I don't have this weird like switching problem, because what was happening right there was there's two artifacts, and as the player moves left and right, it's either closer to this one or closer to this one. So the line was like flopping back and forth. That's not very helpful. So we should just save the coordinates when we do that thing. So Artifact Hunter is working. We do have a few things that we need to do with it though. Twitch commands. Well, let's see, Artifact Hunter. The thing we need to do with this is save the coordinates when the present itself is processed so we don't get that line switching thing going on. In fact, I should make that note to myself. Save the coordinates at the time the message is processed to avoid the line switching stuff. So if someone sends you a hint, all the hint does is point you to the nearest artifact at the time the person sent you the hint. That's it. We don't want it to be just on all the time. Limit the player power-up, so let me fix this. Back. So we still need to do that. Change the weather. That's not going to be too tough. Viewer timeout. We've already got that kind of handled, but we can certainly add and shrink that. I think that's okay, actually, though. Differentiate subscribers. That's going to be a feature that's probably not worth doing. Maybe in the future, if the game did take off for some reason, then that's something we could do. But with these 4 commands, I think it'll be pretty easy to knock them out now that we've got Twitch up and running again. And yes. So, save coordinates when the present's processed, limit the player power-up. This is just kind of feature stuff. I can easily get that done offline. For this stuff, I could probably do all of this offline and just test it next week, so I can show it to you next week. But it's probably not worth spending another episode doing it. So today what we did get done, we basically, this is kind of like bugs, but get Twitch stuff working again. Now that's what we spent the bulk of our time doing, because it had been a while since getting that stuff working. One other thing I do have to remember, since PandaBits did bring it up, we have to get this stuff working again too. And Bo 2015 did say you use Trello too. Yes, I love it. I use the free version, but I do love it. This task list is public, so if you search for Trello and Project Skyring, you can find this list. It's basically got all the stuff we've done over the last almost a year for this game. And if you search for Trello Project Spaghetti, you can find our Trello list for the last game. And if you do send me the code, I should be able to help you, Bo 2015, after the show. I'll continue to help you. I'll stay in the chat as well. But I do want to wrap this out because my voice is dying. Just 2 weeks of schooling, work, school. That cycle, taking care of the kid, kind of killed me in terms of sleep. So my voice is dying. I do have to sign out. But that's what we got done today. Episode 45, so next week. Hopefully I'll be rested for next week. Move that over. Okay, next week. So I do need to show the Twitch stuff, if it's working. But what I think I want to do, originally I had planned to do like some online stuff, but you know, being realistic about the project scope, we're about 7 episodes away from where I want to be, like to have the game more or less in a beta ready state. But we've still got a lot of stuff missing. I think we need to do player animation. So where do we go? Ground player animations. Air player animations? Yeah. We'll see if we can get to it. I think we do need to start animating that sprite, because that's the thing that still looks very janky at the moment. And we're starting to run out of time in our year, so I'm not going to worry about new features that may or may not even be used. I'm going to worry about the main game itself and stay focused. So next week it's going to be about animating. the flying character and then the ground character, having a walking motion or a throwing motion, things like that. And my voice is almost gone. Am I going to be able to sign out? We'll see. We'll see. So jump off the desktop, get my times. Okay. Thank you for watching our game development show. You can catch past episodes in this one over at youtube.com/BlueTengu Studio, all 2 seasons. If you are watching this later on YouTube, come drop by the live show we do every week on Twitch TV Blue Tengu. That is Sundays, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. in Japan, which translates to 4 to 6 Saturdays. Saturdays, 4 to 6 Pacific, 5 to 7 Mountain, 6 to 8 Central, 7 to 9 Eastern. If you're in the UK, it basically runs from midnight to 2 a.m. So Sunday really, really early. So 11:59 p.m. Saturday night to 2 a.m. Saturday morning, if that helps you remember it better. Of course, if you're in Japan with me, it's 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Sundays. And if you're in Australia, it starts anywhere from 8 to about 11, depending on where you live. And if you're in New Zealand, it starts at about noon on Sundays. But we do always announce what we're doing through Twitter. So follow btengu, BTENGU, to keep track of when the live show starts or episodes go up, or follow us over at YouTube or here on Twitch. And of course, you can see what we're up to anytime over at our site, bluetengu.com. Again, if you pitched in a little extra for Project Spaghetti over at itch.io, you do have the Sapphire key. You can play the most recent prototypes. This one, not really worth putting up. Not a whole lot has changed, but I can put it up. I can put it up since the opening tutorial is now interactive. So I'll go ahead and do that. And of course, with our Season 1 game, Project Spaghetti, we would appreciate any help you can give us getting it greenlit on Steam. It's very retro, so it's hard to get greenlit. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. And I will continue to help with Bode 2015's problem here. But I am going to sign off. So, see you next time.
You